So we're talking about the great Danny Frawley, of course, commemorating him this week, Fat.
His birthday?
His birthday, of course, and the sad passing of the great man. And Bill, he was a unique setup, Spud, and nothing got him more excited than the Saturday rub.
Yep.
So from about 10:45 on a Saturday, he would ring Damo first always, and he'd be that excited because he'd have something on, say, might be Gaz.
Yeah.
And he thought he had something.
Yeah, exactly.
So at 10:45 he'd ring Damo, and he'd say, Damo, don't tell anyone, but I've got something on Gaz. Don't say anyone, don't tell anyone, but I'm just telling you that I've got something. Yes. And then within 20 seconds, he'd tell Damo exactly what it was that he had, even though he wasn't going to tell him.
He couldn't keep a secret.
Bill, he was hoping. So then he'd hang up from Damo, and then 7 minutes later, my phone would ring. JB, Spud. Yeah. I'm like, yes, Spud. He goes, don't tell anyone. But he said, I've got something on Gaz. Yeah. And then 8 minutes later, he'd ring Bristol. BT, don't tell anyone. So we would get to the Saturday rub. And he'd even rung Gary and told him he had something on him.
Don't tell anyone, but I'm going to go.
Don't tell him. I've got this on you. So he would have, by the time we got there, he'd have spoken to everyone.
That's exactly.
That's how. Like he was.
And he'd put a bit of work into it too. He'd bring in some things, wouldn't he?
He would. Yeah. And none of them were that good.
The glass eye, remember that?
Glass eye.
I could just hear it on the radio, bouncing around all the time.
And then he'd start it with such confidence.
Yeah.
But if he didn't get immediate support, the confidence just evaporated.
Bang. And if he had to go at Gary, he would fire something back, and then you'd just see him crawling back into the hole, wouldn't he? Like
he'd say that billboard there, the red one, and Gary would go, no, it's not red, it's purple. And Spud would go, that purple billboard, he changed his mind. Mate,
but I love how, he was a coach, an AFL coach.
I know.
So very serious. And a good coach, wore the heart on the sleeve, didn't he? He was fantastic, roll up the sleeves. But then you'd see him in this Saturday rub, just a lunatic,
complete.
It's unbelievable, wasn't it? How he just loved that 2 hours with the boys and stuffing around and having a laugh and all that.
But the best part about him, and it's also a great credit of your own, Fat, is when the joke was on him, he would laugh. He'd get this stupid belly laugh going, like the time when the makeup email was sent to my brother. He didn't mean to send it. I don't know how he sent it, Mark, because he had those bloody stupid fingers and he could never type. So on his phone, he's constantly sending stuff to the wrong people. And a couple of the other Fox footy people looked better on screen than him.
Yeah.
And he thought looked darker with their makeup. So he sent an email to the makeup girl at Fox to say, can I have some of the makeup they've got because they look better? And that would have been Anita saying to him, you need to get what they're wearing because it looks better than you. Exactly. It would have been because he wouldn't have bloody even realised. So it would have been Neats who saw it first. So he sends this email, but for some reason he hit send and it went to the lady, but also went to my brother.
Oh, no.
So he rings me. He rings me at about 9:15 on a Saturday morning. And he goes, can you believe this? He said, I've got this email from Spud, and he started reading it. And Bill, my head nearly exploded. I said, don't say another word. Just hit forward and send that to me immediately. And Mark's like, no, there's more. I said, I don't need to hear anymore. Exactly. Just send it to me now. Anyway, Spud came in, and he's bouncing off the walls because he thought he's going to have a good show, and I've got something on everyone. And I said, Spud, just shut up. I said, once we get underway, just don't say anything. Anyway, he's looking at me going, good, you got something on Gaz. Good, you got something on Bristol or got something on Damo. Anyway, we started the show, and I said, boys, something's landed in my lap. I just need to read this email out to you. And he still had the stupid smile on his face until it got about 4 lines in, and then he just went, all the blood drained out of his face, and he just went, your brother. I said, Spud, you have sent this email. Because this is the big, rough, tough fullback from Bungaree talking about makeup.
That is, mate, that was unbelievable. And you could just see him sitting there going, oh, no, this is all so true. It's all true.
Yep.
And
I can't.
No.
And then he had the teeth whitened.
Yeah, mate. But you just miss blokes like that, mate. You really do.
You do, mate.
I was thinking the other day, Paul Couts, the same thing. You just miss good blokes like that, mate. And
Yep.
that's why it's very important with Are You OK Day, which is today. So, mate, and it's very important that if someone does say, because you ask the question, how you going, mate? And if they say, no, not well, then you got to be right on your guard. You got to
of course.
follow up. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a coffee. But the other thing is, someone does ask you, how are you? Are you okay? You got to be honest. No good saying, oh, yeah, no, I'm fine, mate, when you're not.
Good.
If you're honest, don't worry. There's no dramas now. If you put up your hand and say, I'm not travelling well, there's no dramas anymore, mate. That's something where we've got very good, especially blokes who aren't great at it, where you get around
especially
it.
now.
Yeah,
in the middle of this bloody lockdown and all the rest of it, it's even more important that you're honest and address where you're at. But the phone calls you used to get from him, Bill,
mate.
Just out of nowhere.
How many times would he call Damo?
8 times a day. But then if he thought he had something real good, he'd call you or me or whoever it was, and he'd have this stupid giggling, on the other end of the line.
He couldn't get it out. He was that excited.
He couldn't. You'd be like, Spud, what the hell is it? He's just, no, and he'd be over here with it, and he'd be over there with it, and you'd just be in your car laughing as you drove along. Very much missed the great Daniel Frawley. And if you want to hear the genius of that man, Matty Hayward, I'm pretty sure, and when was it, Rabbits? About 2 years ago,
put we did the Spud
special together, right. And I reckon that'll be on YouTube, or at least on YouTube.
It is on YouTube, yep.
Go and have a listen to some of the genius of that man, because he was a properly funny bastard.
He was.
It's The Rush Hour with JB and Bill, Triple M.